Do you have bet regret? Welcome back, guys, to Fog Entertainment. Christopher's got bet regret because he delved into the gambling business in this episode, and it didn't exactly go to plan for him because guess what, guys? Gambling ain't fun, ain't it?
No, he bet on the wrong horse, so to speak.
He bet on the wrong football team. NFL, a good old. I mean, they're betting on college football. I think that's almost unforgivable as well.
A lot of people bet on college football.
Yeah, I know, but let's stick to the real leagues. Like, how could you really know so much about college football?
That's like saying to us, how can you know so much about Scottish Championship?
I don't think it is the same.
It is.
Is it?
Clearly, aye.
Is it?
Yes.
College football?
Yes.
So I'm wrong?
You're wrong.
I'll hold
Take
the L.
Take the L, yeah.
I'll hold the L, guys, right? But we kick off.
Yo, a lot of people watch college football and don't watch NFL.
That's weird.
I know, I don't understand why. Personally, I've never had any interest in college football.
If
anybody's watching this, which of course you are, but can someone explain to me why college football is so popular? It's got like a cult following. There is people
it feels more like a state thing.
There is people that will watch college football. They'll have a college football team to support, but don't support anyone. They're like a casual fan of the NFL, but they're like a diehard college football fan. I don't get it.
Interesting. Well, it's Christopher, though. He receives a phone call, and he's told to look sharp and dandy, so he's freaking out. He's like, Adriana, get the best tie, make sure it doesn't match Polly's, because that's what Polly's wears. He gets there, so him and what's this other guy called that gets made man here?
Some guy they've just introduced, so it doesn't matter.
Oh no, he's like semi-important, so I can't even remember. I don't know. He's semi-important, but I actually have no idea what his name is, right? But, so Chris, they did the whole stack of Bibles, you have to rub your hands together. I do not get that. You have to rub your hands together with a poker card? What was this?
Yeah.
While it's on fire? Hey, if you betray your friends, then you won't burn in hell. This is a load of fucking pish, right? Because, see, throughout this, we've only had, at this point we've had about 28 episodes. How many examples have you seen of people betraying each other?
A lot.
Like, let's be real, right? Junior tried to kill Tony because he was going to the shrink and he thought he might be saying disclose. Like, there was no proof that Tony was ever a rat.
None whatsoever.
And that's actually family. That's even worse than friends. So see this whole gimmick of, you can't hurt your friends. And they do the whole prick of the finger. Blood is spilling. And then Polly's like, you ever got a beef with any of these guys? You go to the main guy. It don't matter. But so I think it just proves to you that, an MC is like democracy, while this is more like communism. And Tony's Stalin is pretty much what I've got for this.
Well, we thought they were Italian. Turns out they're Chinese.
Or Russian.
Or Russian, or whatever. Or American.
Mussolini in the 1930s and 40s.
Or 2023 America.
Yeah, that probably is more realistic as well. But Polly is saying, I love you, Chris. Chris, I love you. He's like, you're a good earner, Chris, so I think it's time you stepped up. You're going to be in charge of the sports book.
You're going to take all the risk, and I'm going to sit back and take no risk and collect $6,000 a week.
Yeah, so let's just break this down. Christopher thinks he's getting a good deal, but realistically, Polly, you're led to believe that Polly's doing this because, Chris, I love you, so I'm going to give you this job, and you're going to make loads of money. But in reality, Polly's guaranteeing himself $6,000. He's now stress-free. He doesn't have to worry about this sports book. It's Christopher that has to run about like a blue arse fly in order to make the money, the $6,000 up, and get all the info on this book, the bookies. This is just a win-win for Polly. Worst comes to worst, Chris can't pay and he has to pay him double at the end of the week.
Yeah.
And you know what? I actually like the fact in this episode we're kind of getting back on track towards like a storyline rather than just 2 episodes that were completely about a lamp and a funeral. Feels like the story's back on track.
Definitely.
Even though there's not much of a story, guys, going on. But we do see Chris, he has a made man. He goes to this pizza parlour and he's like, on the house, Chris, you're a made man. Here's a free pizza and a bottle of Iron Brew. So he's a made man.
Treating him like a wee kid. It's like, thanks for doing that. Thanks for cutting my lawn the other day, Chris.
You want a wee sausage, Chris?
Just a wee slice of pizza and a carton of your juice, a wee carton of your lemonade.
Jackie Aprile Jr., though, he's sitting down, he's like, look at that fucker. Richie was talking about killing him, and then he steps up where you've got Benny, who's with Chris, and then you've got the other guys with Jackie Aprile Jr., right? But what is it with all Guineas look alike?
Yeah, they do.
They're all dark-haired.
Yeah, they do. I mean, they could get the same guy to play multiple characters.
No, like, it's all slicked back hair and I get it, like, you know, they're Italian, and I like the fact
Italia.
there's not like a blonde black person here, because it just wouldn't make any fucking sense.
Well, if they redid it in 2023,
I'm sure they would, but I think Jackie April's just coming across here as a little fucking whiny bitch.
little one.
Like, if he's such a problem with Chris and Tony, take it up with him. Why is he like taking out on this innocent guy? I'll tell you why, because he doesn't have the fucking balls to confront a made man. But what I will say is, Christopher just does not have the aura of like a guy with any level of authority.
No, he still feels like a little bitch, an unmade man.
He's in this pizza parlor getting like spoke
There's a
down.
lack of respect for him.
Yeah, like getting spoke down to by these free jobbers. Are you trying to tell me that if this was Tony in here,
You'd be speaking to him like that?
and trays would be getting thrown?
I don't think so.
I don't think so, buddy. But they do mention here that they're going to do a hit, but obviously Christopher doesn't want anything to do with it. But we then see Chris, he's at the barbecue with Tony. We see Ralph. Ralph swears in front of AJ, and Tony's like, hey, that's my fucking kid. And then, here, I want you to keep a close wee eye on Jackie April Jr., Chris. But due to Chris not being able to get any money together due to his bets, he actually thinks, well, you know what, that heist is actually a pretty good idea now.
Yeah, this heist is count me in, buddy.
What I would say is, right, why would Chris actually take part in the heist? He's a fucking made man. Surely he's got people beneath him that could do it.
Yeah, I mean, maybe he wants the job to go correct, but it just seems a little bit, I don't know,
It almost went
unnecessary that he would need to actually be involved and be one of the main men robbing. Like, you just don't see Tony putting himself in this position.
Yeah, like it almost went tits up to like because I mean that's the thing. The security guard turns up, two guys with balaclavas on, fucking pistols, putting money in the duffel bags, and he's like, "Hey, how you doing? What? How's this guy no dropping these two, or at least pulling his gun?" Didn't get this. Jackie April Jr. pisses his pants. Literally pisses his pants. That's why he was touching himself, and he was like, "Oh, I'm soaking." Did you notice that?
I thought he was touching himself. I thought he was just being a bit weird. And
No, he pissed himself.
I thought he was being perverted. Then he realised he pissed himself. Fair enough.
He don't know what I'd have rather than pissed himself or being a bit perverted. But anyway, guys, that pretty much wraps that up. And then we see Christopher, he pays Paulie, and Paulie's like, "See, Chris, you can do it. It's all good." And he's like, "This made man life ain't what it had to be, Paulie." And what did Christopher think it was going to be? Did he think he was going to come and
Sunshine and rainbows.
But no, the thing is, right, he's a made man, but he's still like their bitch.
Yeah.
It's just, he's became a made man, but it's like, you're still under all of us, which I get, right? If you have your longevity, fair enough, but this is just the way Chris is portrayed throughout the show. He's always seen as like an afterthought. Even though Tony thought he was the heir to the throne and all that pish, you can clearly see here that he's just not getting spoke to the way he should be if he really thought he was something.
I don't think Chris is ever going to be the leader. But I mean, he is young. Maybe he could gain experience.
He needs to lay off the junk, right, if he's going to become a leader. What else happening? We've got AJ doing American football. Tony is sitting beside this guy who we do not have any idea who he is. They're going, AJ, AJ. AJ gets fucking poleaxed and they're marking it. What, because he got the ball? He fucking didn't even know he had the ball. He got killed. Fumble! And then you've got this like Indian guy sitting beside Tony. What was he all about? He looked like, what's that guy? He's the midget actor. Danny DeVito. That's what he looked like. A big Danny DeVito. And then you got these like two guys who look like FBI, and Tony's like, "That's my son." Alright, Tony, you fucking retard. Honestly.
Well, Tony was proud of Anthony Jr. for once.
Yeah. The New York guy also kind of made fun of the fact that Tony has these fits, and Tony's like, "How do you know about it?" It's like, "Oh, everyone knows in New York, Tony." So it's fucking gospel.
You're a jobber, Tony, we all know.
You got those mental health problems, Tony. Fuck you. But that was kind of funny. He then talks to Dr. Melfi about this, and she's like, "You know what? See, after the past 2 seasons, it's finally about time that we actually go into the root of your mental health problems." What's this about? Why has it took 30 episodes to get to this?
Yeah. What's she talking about? Oh, we're going to dive deep. But it's like, what the fuck's he been doing beforehand then?
Yeah, it's because he kind of like threatened. He kind of said that here.
So basically, all the other sessions have been a waste of time.
Yeah, he essentially said here, if these don't begin to work, I'm going to leave. And then she's like, "All right, well, let's make them work then." So why weren't you doing that for day one, Melfi? See all this shite therapy. It's a waste of fucking money, isn't
It's
it?
just man up. That's basically what you need to do, Tony. Man the fuck up.
Yeah, man up.
You're the man. I mean, you're the man. So you shouldn't act like it. I mean, fucking. It's like, see if your life's shit and you've no money and you've no house and you're down and out, then, I mean, I can accept you being depressed or whatever, but see when you're got Tony Soprano's life, everything's going great for you, you should be fucking living life to the fullest.
Yeah, and I just don't.
But now the guy gets afraid at looking at fucking Uncle Ben on the packet of rice.
And we seen the flashback why he might be startled by like certain foods because he's seen his dad cutting this butcher's finger off. But realistically, I mean, come on. Then he saw the meat getting cut and he fucking dived and headbutt at the table, BMO style. That was the I think if you're going to use his dad and Junior in flashbacks, they should be used better than this.
Yes.
Like setting up like relationships that have lasted like 30 odd years. Not here, why are you passing out, Tony? I mean, that's weak. Like, I think that's really weak. But anyway, we have the one-legged housekeeper, Svetlana. Janice wants the records back. She's refusing the records back, which I think's fair enough. If Livia and Tony said you can keep them, then who the fuck's Janice right to say she can have them?
Janice doesn't give a fuck about the records. She just wants the money that they're worth.
I know, that's it. She wants the money. Svetlana goes to bed, wakes up, the leg has gone. It's went walkies because Janice has took it, and then she comes in acting all sarcastically like, haha, where did it go? Maybe if I give the leg
Did it go
back,
walkies or did it go walkie? Because technically, could you go walkies with one leg?
maybe we split it down the middle.
Maybe in hoppies or something.
Hobbies. But Janice is a bastard here. Svetlana says,
I've never liked Janice.
no.
Very unlikable and conniving and I don't know. Like her.
See, as much as we can say Tony's mental health problems, you can clearly see she's got more. Like, Tony, yes, can pass out, but with her, it is like it's deranged.
It's the whole Soprano family fuck because the other sister seems okay.
Yeah, she does, but Livia was fucked. You can kind of see AJ's now beginning to pass out.
Did the other sister get like a good husband or something?
I'd say he seems alright.
Maybe she escaped the fucking.
Maybe that's what happened. Svetlana says to Janice that she's going to have it coming to her. What could she have possibly meant by that? As the police are there, holy moly, what's going on? But anyway, we cut back to University. Meadow phones and she just doesn't really want to speak to Tony. And then it turns out that AJ and Carmela are going to go to see Meadow, right? And then this scene always bothered me, and it bothered me the first time I watched this show. So you've got Meadow here with the black Jew. I've no idea what his name is. What's his name? Do you remember his name? Ralph, is it? No,
Let's just call him Uncle Ben.
Right, Uncle Ben's in here, right? Uncle Benny's in here. And AJ's like, so that's what it was. He walks out. Then Carmela's like speaking to him, right? Well, both of them, Meadow and this Uncle Ben guy. And then he's like, he's such a degenerate father. He's so racist. He's living in blah, blah, blah. He's like, I can't believe he said... It's Noah. I can't believe he said that to Noah. And he's like, yeah, I wanted to punch his fucking lights out. Right, hold up, wait a minute, Noah, son. Right? You're not punching anybody's fucking lights out.
I'd love him to say that to Tony's face, though.
No, it's mad, right? They have went with like the most pathetic black guy imaginable. See, you think of black guys on TV, you think of fucking guys with chains and fucking guns.
Yeah, big tough guys.
This guy is the whitest black guy I've ever seen in my life.
Guys that actually could legitimately knock Tony's lights out.
Yeah.
I mean, this guy ain't going to do nothing. This guy could have turned his lights a fucking off when he goes to bed at night.
Like, Meadow tries to put the fact over, though, that this guy knows who Tony is and he wouldn't do anything stupid, but here he is fucking threatening to punch his lights out.
That's pretty stupid, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I get it, right? This guy feels like he's been racially abused by Tony, but did he really get racial? He kind of did in a way. I mean, Tony's making fun of the Jungle Book, but what Tony's trying to get at is, right, we don't mix families. It wasn't like here, he wasn't degrading him and like, get the fuck out of my house, I don't have your kind in here. It was more of a just stay away from my daughter sort of thing. We don't mix. Do you think it was racist for Tony, or do you feel like...
It was kind of a bit like, wasn't it?
No, well, I'm just playing devil's advocate. I think it was a bit,
but it was funny the way he done it, like, so I had no problems with it.
If it's funny, it's alright, apparently, but Noah's like, see that cracker, I'm gonna slap the fucking lights out of it. And then Carmel wants a word with Meadow privately, but then he's like, I'm not going unless Meadow tells me to go. I'm like, see you fucking rat bastard. I would have paid money for Carmel just to fucking slap him.
I know, like, who does he think he fucking is?
You think he's the fucking Don? No, Artie Bucco's the Don. Artie Bucco's the guy that runs the fucking Sopranos family, man. No, this guy. This genuinely annoyed me. Like, fucking, I just do not like this character, man. I really don't. You can see why Tony's got a problem with him, because he's just a fucking... Well, I mean, Tony's got a problem with him for all the wrong reasons, but I have a problem with him for all the right reasons. But Tony then goes to AJ's game, and what happens to AJ? He passes it after he's announced defensive captain.
He does a Tony Soprano special. Hits the deck.
Flops on the deck like a fish. And that's pretty much where this episode ends, guys. Is AJ dead? Who knows, but...
I doubt it.
No, he's not dead.
No, it was an alright episode. I'll get
a 7.
I'll get a 7 as well. I thought it was decent.
It was decent, guys.
Best episode of the season so far.
Which isn't hard. We're getting back on track, yeah. I mean, what's the future hold? Is Svetlana ever going to get the leg back? Is Tony ever going to stop passing out? What's Noah going to do? Is he going to deck Tony? Who do you think would win the fight between Noah and Tony just before we leave?
Is that even a question?
Yeah, it is a question.
I reckon.
How would it go? Would Tony just kill him?
I reckon Tony would punch him and the guy would disintegrate into like a million bits of rice.
What if it's happening in the living room and he looks to the right, he sees Uncle Ben's can, and Noah throws like a fake jab, and Tony passes out, and everyone thinks Noah fucking battered the Don?
That'd be a bit embarrassing for Tony, wouldn't it?
It would be, guys. But anyway,
just throw it on Uncle Ben's rice before you start the fight. You'll be alright.
You'll be alright, Tony. But until next time, episode 4. Can't even remember what it's called, but until then, peace.